On New Year's Day, I accidentally overheard his conversation with a friend. I know she's coming back soon. It's not that easy to end things. It's not like I don't have feelings for her at all. I thought we loved each other, but it turned out to be just a fleeting dream. I woke up in the middle of the night, suddenly hearing the sound of a lighter outside. I quietly got out of bed, tiptoeing over, wanting to give Ryan a little scare. I gently grabbed the doorknob, opening. A small crack. But then I heard his voice filled with helplessness and frustration. "I know Lara is coming back in March," she told me. "It's not as simple as just breaking up. If you don't understand, it's not like I have no feelings for her at all. After all, it's been almost 3 years. My hand on the doorknob started to tremble, my mind went blank, and my heart began to ache painfully. Well, let's just leave it at that for now. I'll gradually distance myself and eventually find a suitable reason to break up with her. Suddenly, a tear fell onto the floor, and I nearly collapsed. I quickly steadied myself against the wall, trying not to make a sound. I couldn't believe it. The person who had been just tenderly holding me a moment ago was now talking so calmly to his friend about breaking up with me, all because his first love was coming back. Come to think of it, I owe my meeting Ryan to Lara. Back then, she gave up on love to follow her parents to the United States. Ryan was devastated. Classes, avoiding exams, drowning himself in alcohol and cigarettes. That's when I, who had secretly liked him for a year, saw my chance. I started to appear around him, creating coincidences, orchestrating chance encounters, until we finally met and grew closer. Whenever he drank too much, I was the one who carried him back to the hotel. When he smoked too much and felt unwell, I bought him all kinds of candies to help him quit. When he fell behind in his studies, I offered to tutor him every day. During that time, he lost a lot of weight, and my heart ached for him, so I bought him nutritious meals every day. He warned me more than once that he couldn't forget Lara. Back then, I naively thought, she's moved abroad. How could she? Come back. So each time I'd shake my head and say, "It's okay, I'll help you move on." Finally, after a year of persistence, his heart softened. When we graduated from college, he bought me a bouquet of my favorite tulips and asked if I would stay with him. It's been almost 3 years now, and he's been really good to me. We've always been recognized by friends as the perfect couple, and I thought I'd never find another man as good as him in my life. Only now do I realize that in his heart, these 3 years were just something he settled for. I stood there, numb, holding on to the wall. Footsteps echoed outside, and I didn't want him to know I was awake. Panicking, I quickly dove under the blanket, using my pajama sleeve to wipe my face harshly. Click. The door unlocked, and I immediately closed. My eyes, his footsteps drew closer until they finally stopped right in front of me. After a few seconds, I heard a low sigh in my ear. My heart felt like it was being scratched by a cat. The dull pain made it hard to breathe. Maybe on nights I was unaware, this scene, him sighing beside my bed, had already happened many times. Maybe while I was planning our future, he was already figuring out how to part with me gracefully. The other side of the bed sank slightly. After the rustling sound settled, only an unbearable silence remained. I slowly opened my eyes, holding my breath, tears slipping down the corners. "Ryan, is this the New Year's gift you have for me?" I didn't sleep all night. At dawn, I quietly left his house. I sat dazed at a breakfast stand waiting for my food. I had cried the entire night. Now in the cold breeze, I felt much calmer. When impulsive feelings fade, many small, unnoticed details come to light. Reflecting on all those little moments, I realized Ryan really did like me, just as he said. It's not like I have no feelings for you, but compared to his first love, Lara, I could never come first. I chuckled self-mockingly. If that's the case, I might as well go along with it, I thought. I'll take these 2 months to slowly distance myself and use that time to forget him. I'll let go of this relationship sooner than he does. It's much faster when two people walk in opposite directions than when one tries to move on while the other lags behind. I barely ate a few bites of breakfast before planning to catch a cab to work, but my phone rang. I looked at the screen, hesitating. The call stopped before I could decide. Then a WeChat message popped up. Favorite. Ryan, Where did you go so early? Didn't you pick up the phone? I frowned at the pinned nickname, then changed it to Ryan. He replied, there was an emergency at work, so I left first. He followed up with an okay and didn't ask any more questions, see? He's so good at following through. He said it last night, and today it's already started. The whole day I couldn't stop myself from glancing at my phone. Even during work, I sent him a few messages, and he reached out to me too. But today, my phone was eerily quiet. After work, I went back home, opened WeChat again, and still no messages. By evening, still nothing. I scrolled through our chat. History, page by page, filled with sweet words like love you, miss you, care for you. I really couldn't understand everything had been fine, so why did it all change overnight? My eyes started to sting, but I didn't want to cry. I stared at the delete button, feeling reluctant, until a 30-second countdown appeared on my phone. Panicking, I pressed delete frantically, erasing our entire chat history 2 years, 11 months, and 21 days. Staring at the Naoff phone, I felt waves of pain, but also a small sense of relief. For the next 5 days, it was as if we had suddenly lost all contact. He didn't reach out to me, and I didn't try to reach him either. Even my coworkers started gossiping, asking if I had broken up with him. I just smiled, neither confirming nor denying. Mimi, you can't keep eating like this. If you do, I won't be able to lift you anymore. I ruffled my little cat Mimi, feeding her some treats and scolding her. Buzz. The phone vibrated. I reached over and, to my surprise, it was Ryan. Hello, where are you? I laughed softly. At home, of course. ... Why haven't you sent me any messages these past few days? I frowned, busy. Okay, what are you doing? Feeding Mimi some cat treats. Oh, I took a deep breath. Maybe it had been too long since we last talked because there was a noticeable awkwardness hanging between us. He felt it too, and after a few casual exchanges, he hung up. I sighed. Just like that's okay. One day, I'll be the one to let go first. Honestly, I wasn't lying when I told him I'd been busy. I'd taken on a new project recently, and I'd been swamped. The next day after work, I grabbed a stack of documents, planning to go home and handle them. Just as I stepped out of the office, my feet froze. Ryan was there to pick me up. He saw me, walked over smoothly, took the documents from my hands, then grabbed my bag and wrapped his arm around me as we headed to the car. I took a few steps, but eventually pulled away from his embrace. Why did you suddenly come here? I asked. He looked down at me for a moment. It's been days since we last talked, so I wanted to see you. A pang of pain hit my chest. So he still missed me, right? But then I thought, well, that made sense. After all, he still had some feelings for me. Come over to my place. I'll cook for you. I stopped in front of the car, smiling. I don't think so. I've got a lot of work today. I need to go home and do overtime. He ruffled my hair. Can't you do that at my place too? Couldn't? Find a reason to refuse because I used to often go to his place to work overtime. Come on, I bought your favorite pasta. I looked up at him for a moment, then nodded. When we got to his place, I couldn't help but remember that night, and a feeling of unease started to rise inside me. What's wrong? Nothing. He patted my shoulder. I'll go make dinner. You take care of your work first. I'll call you when it's ready. I nodded, kept my head down, and hurried into the study. I was afraid that if I stayed a second longer, my tears would fall. I couldn't understand him. A few days ago, wasn't he keeping his distance just fine? So why did he suddenly come looking for me today? My mind was a mess, and I couldn't focus on my work. But before long, he called me out to eat. Eat more, he said, peeling all the shrimp and placing them in front of me. See, he still loves me. He knows I love shrimp but hate peeling them, so every time he'd peel them for me before I ate. Maybe he was just talking without thinking that night. Maybe he never really meant it. Are you going back home for New Year's this year? I looked up at him, testing the waters. Yeah, want to come with me? Meet my parents? He looked surprised, but then quickly lowered his head. Ryan, I'll give you one more chance. As long as you say you'll come, I can forgive you. I might be busy during New Year's. You could come after you're done. Even the second day would be fine, I added anxiously. I might not have the time, he said. It's okay. Don't worry. There will be opportunities in the future. Looked at him steadily for a while, then forced a smile and nodded. Future? We have no future. I'm going to take a shower, I said to Ryan, who was washing dishes. I went into the bathroom quickly, took a shower, then went back to bed, and turned away from him, pretending to be asleep. When he came in, he walked over and looked at me for a long time, before sighing and climbing into bed. The next morning I got up early and left again. This time he didn't even ask why he didn't see me when he woke up. It was like nothing had happened, and we just slipped back into that awkward, familiar routine. I stood in front of the calendar, looking at the date, crossing off another day. Half a month had gone by. No, I didn't even bother checking my phone for messages from him anymore. He would send me a message now and then, but I didn't overthink it. Overall, things were okay. I threw myself into work completely and even submitted a transfer request to the company. When we first got together, HR had asked if I wanted to move back to my hometown. I refused then because I wanted to stay with him. But looking back now, how foolish I was. Buzz ... Alina. It's my birthday this Saturday. Should come with Ryan. It was Ryan's friend Amelia. Did you ask Ryan? I did. He told me to ask you. I might not have time. Maybe Ryan could just go alone. Oh, come on, Amelia sounded annoyed. It's Saturday and you're not coming. That's too much, I replied awkwardly. No, it's just that I've been really busy lately. Oh, please, just for a little while in the evening. I couldn't resist her pleading, so I agreed. On Saturday morning, I was sitting at the dining table, eating noodles, when suddenly the door clicked open. I looked up, and Ryan froze in the doorway. Our sudden eye contact made both of us feel awkward and at a loss. I looked away, lowering my head and absent-mindedly poked at my noodles with my chopsticks. What are you doing here? I asked. He changed his shoes, walked over and sat down across from me. Aren't we going to Amelia's birthday party today? Isn't it in the evening? Yeah, I thought since I had nothing to do, I'd come early. He stared at me, making me uncomfortable, so I put down my chopsticks. Have you eaten? Want me to make you a serving? He nodded. I quickly left the living room and went into the kitchen, but a few seconds later, he followed me, standing behind me and watching. Go back out. You don't need to help. It's okay. I'll just watch, he said. I sighed deeply. What's gotten into him today? So I quickly made him a bowl of noodles, not even bothering to crack an egg, and served it to him. Then I casually took a few more bites of my own noodles and stood up. Take your time eating. I have work to do. I'll handle it first, and we'll head out together tonight. With that, I escaped into the living room. I honestly didn't know how to be in the same room with him anymore. At night, I could pretend to be asleep, but during the day, how could I avoid him? I could only run. Not long after, I heard the door open from outside. Did he leave? I was about to go check when I received a WeChat message. I'm going. To the supermarket. Phew, finally gone. He came back in the afternoon, and by then, I had finished my work. When I saw Ryan return with bags in his hands, I froze for a moment before stepping forward to help. You could have just given money to Amelia. Why buy so much? This is for you. I looked up at him. He walked past me to the fridge, started putting the things he bought inside, and scolded me while doing it. No snacks at home, and you don't even think of buying any. You often get hungry at night, and if you don't eat, your stomach starts hurting. So I got you some food, your favorites. My heart clenched, and a wave of sourness rose to my nose. That's just what he did ignore me one moment, then come over the next to show he cared. So contradictory. I took out my phone and transferred him 500 yuan. What's this for? Nothing. I just wanted to thank you. I didn't have any other way, so I transferred some money. You should get yourself something you like. No need. Just accept it, he said with a small smile, the corners of his mouth lifting. What's wrong with you? Are you suddenly being so polite? Isn't it normal for a boyfriend to buy food for his girlfriend? But I thought to myself, you're not my boyfriend anymore. I smiled and said, I just wanted to show my appreciation. He didn't say anything more. That evening, he drove me to the restaurant, and as I got into the car, he handed me a bag. A New Year's gift. You've been busy and I've been busy too, so I forgot. See if you like it. I tightened my grip on the bag and opened it. It was a necklace. Ryan has great taste. Every gift he's given me has been beautiful, and this one was no exception. Think. You no need to be so formal. He turned his head to look at me, pinched my cheek. It's what I should do, as long as you like it. The affection in his eyes almost knocked down all the emotional strength I'd built up over the past few days. I bit my lip, thinking this really is the last time. Why not a ring? HM. A ring. We've been together for almost 3 years. It's about time for a ring, isn't it? Went silent for a moment, and during that time, my palms started to sweat from nerves. Ryan, this really is the last time. If you don't cherish it now, nothing you do in the future will ever make me waver again. Are you sure? We can be sure now, can't we, Lena? I think maybe we should. Wait a bit longer. The grip on the bag loosened instantly, and I lowered my head, laughing softly. I wasn't even sure if I was laughing at him or myself. Right, no rush. It's fine. I was just mentioning it casually. Don't mind it. With that, I looked away, turning my gaze out the car window. During the whole birthday party, I wasn't really in the mood. I just sat beside him, forcing a smile, nodding along. Honestly, I didn't like some of his friends because they kept bringing up Lara, always sharing stories of their unforgettable childhood memories. I'd resisted before. Once, when I showed I was unhappy, they just waved it off with a smile. Come on, are you really mad, Alina? Don't take it to heart. We all grew up together. It's only natural to think about Lara now and then, since she left. That's why we mention her. Besides, isn't Ryan all yours now? Don't be so sensitive. Ryan would also hold me and tell me I'm the only one he loves, urging me to be more generous. Since then, whenever I was with them at dinner, I just played along whether they were right or wrong. I just went with it. After the party, Ryan wanted to take me back to his place, but I refused, saying I had to get up early for work. He didn't say much probably because I mentioned marriage earlier and just nodded in agreement. After that day, my work really picked up with overtime and business trips every other day. One day, while waiting for a flight to Shanghai at the airport, Ryan called. Want to come over to my place for dinner tonight? I frowned, about to refuse when the airport announcement came through. Attention passengers traveling to Kunming. Your flight 3, U8256, is now boarding. Please. You're at the airport. Where are you going? I'm on a business trip. He was silent for a few seconds, then sounded a bit annoyed. Why didn't you tell me? Nothing worth mentioning. What? Do you need anything? No, I just wanted to invite you over for dinner. Oh, I'm about to board. I'll hang up now. I let out a sigh. He probably just thought of me on a whim again. How laughable. Once I arrived in Shanghai, I saw the messages he sent me. Ryan, let me know when you arrive. Ryan, just give me a call. I deleted them, ignoring everything. That night before bed, he tried to video call me. I hung up and sent a voice message instead. Why did you hang up? Not dressed. Not convenient. He chuckled softly. All right, but why didn't you tell me when you got there? Forgot. How many days will you be there? Not sure. Let me know when you're back. I'll pick you up from the airport. No need. I can just take a cab myself. He paused for a few seconds. Alina, is it because I said we should wait on marriage? Is that why you're mad? Huh, I was a bit stunned. Why have you been like this lately? Feel like you're angry at me, but I don't know why. Can you tell me? Am I really the only one acting strange lately? I felt a bit sad. No, you're overthinking. I've just been busy. If you don't want to say it, forget it. We'll talk when you get back. The day I returned from my trip, I still didn't tell him and took a cab home alone. After tidying up, I took a shower, picked up a pen, crossed off a few more days on the calendar. It's been over a month now. I think I'm halfway through at least now my feelings don't fluctuate as much because of him. If he were to break up with me now, I think I could accept it calmly. He came to pick me up 3 days after. I got back. I didn't know how he knew I was back. Maybe he asked a friend. Seeing him standing in front of the company, looking unhappy, I knew today wouldn't end without an argument. "Why are you here?" I asked. He didn't answer, just stared at me, then took my bag and wrapped his arm around me, guiding me toward the parking garage. I tried to pull away, but he held me too tightly, so I ended up following him. He didn't talk to me the whole way, and I didn't feel like starting a conversation either. I wasn't sure why he was upset because I didn't tell him I was back. Well, he probably planned to leave me because his first love was returning, and he didn't tell me either. When we arrived at his place, I changed my shoes. But before I could go further, he grabbed my arm. I turned calmly and looked at him. "Why? Didn't you tell me when you got back? Said I didn't need a ride, so you can go on business trips without telling me? Come back without telling me? And I'm just supposed to figure it out myself?" I sighed, pulling my arm free. "Ryan, I don't want to argue," glared at me, breathing heavily. At that moment, I actually wished he would say it, break up, but he just walked past me into the bedroom. I stood there for a while, then decided to leave. I had just changed my shoes when he came back out. "Where are you going?" "Going home." "Isn't this your home?" Rolled my eyes. "What do you think?" He looked at me for a few seconds, then pressed his temples hard before walking over and pulling me onto the couch. He turned and went into the kitchen to cook. I sighed, shrugged, got up and went to the master bedroom. I opened the closet and saw a lot of my clothes still there when we celebrated our 2-year anniversary. One suggested moving in together, but he refused, saying it was inconvenient for work. Back then, every time I came over, I'd bring a lot of my stuff, trying to make this place feel more like mine. I reached out, picked a few pieces of clothing, folded them, and planned to take them back tomorrow, I thought. Just like that tie once threw everything in here all at once, now I'd take it all back, bit by bit, until one day, it's all gone. After dinner, just like last time, I took a quick shower and then went to the bedroom to pretend to sleep. What I didn't expect this time was that he got into bed and hugged me from behind. I didn't move, and he leaned in close to my ear, whispering softly, "Alina, you used to need me to hold you before falling asleep. Why not anymore? Used to?" Yeah, why was I always the one making the first move? I kept my eyes closed, letting him hold me. Seeing I wasn't responding, he hugged me tighter, buried his head in my neck, and kissed it softly. "It's been a long time since I held you." In the past, I liked falling asleep in his arms, but he always complained it was too hot. He'd let go in the middle of the night and turn his back to me, so I suggested that he hold me for half an hour before we sleep, then let go. He was a little impatient, but agreed. I still didn't say anything, and that night he held me like that until we fell asleep, in the middle of the night. I suddenly needed to use the bathroom and realized he wasn't in bed. I walked to the door and peeked out. Sure enough, he was. On the phone again, I suddenly realized I can't be without her. I tried to distance myself for a month, but ended up missing her like crazy. I couldn't control myself and got her back. I froze slightly. I don't know what to do. I'm really confused right now. Yes, I can't forget Lara, but it's Alina who's been with me all these years. Like I said before, it's not like I have no feelings for her. Not sure. She mentioned marriage last time, and I brushed it off. We've been at odds for the past few days. Lara will be back in 2 weeks. I'm really lost right now. My eyes widened. 2 weeks? That's sooner than I expected. I can't drag this out any longer. I closed the door, finished using the bathroom, and went back to bed. The next morning, I woke up to find an arm around my waist. I frowned, trying to move away, but as soon as I did, he tightened his grip and pulled me into his embrace. "Why are you up so early?" "I have to go to work." I pushed his hand away. "Sleep a bit longer. I'll take you." "No, I can't sleep anymore. You sleep." He opened his eyes and looked at me for a moment. "Then I won't sleep either. I'll go with you to have breakfast." Unable to refuse, I went out with him for breakfast. Then he insisted on driving me to work. When I was about to get out of the car, he grabbed my hand. "I'll come pick you up this afternoon." I looked at him, confused. Why? You used to be busy and found it troublesome, didn't you? I'm not too busy lately. He paused. I'll pick you up. You can have dinner at my place and you can stay over. I'll take you to work. The next day? No. I'm really busy these days and want to sleep in a bit. He stared at me for a few seconds. Then I'll stay at your place. I sat back down. What's going on? Nothing. I just missed you. Last night holding you, I had the best sleep I've had in a while. I was at a loss. Just let it be. Why? I laughed. It was time. Ryan, I'm a bit tired. Let's break up. He froze for a few seconds. Then his eyebrows furrowed tightly. Why? It's just because I said we should wait on marriage. It's not that. Then what is it? Turned me to face him, forcing eye contact. Seeing the anxious look on his face, I couldn't help but want to laugh. What do you have to be unhappy about? Aren't I doing exactly what you wanted? He was stunned for a moment. What do you mean, stop pretending? Didn't you say you'd distance yourself first and then find a good reason to break up? Isn't everything going the way you planned? More do you want? He looked dumbfounded. I could feel his hands trembling as he held me. You heard that day? Yes, I heard it. I also heard what you said last night. So you don't need to struggle anymore. Go find your first love. I'm breaking up with you. Get lost. He grabbed my arm. No, Alina. I waited silently for him to finish, but he just kept stammering. Ryan, have you ever thought about what would have happened if I hadn't heard any of it? He didn't respond. I would have clung to you, desperately trying to win your affection, doubting myself over and over, eventually. When you finally found the right reason to break up, you'd be with Lara. I'd be left questioning myself, endlessly wondering what I did wrong or if I wasn't good enough. And that's why you gave up on me. I laughed. I might have ended up with depression, you know. And yet, all of it, every single bit, was just because you didn't like me enough. It was all planned from the start. I looked up, locking eyes with him. I honestly don't understand. You, Ryan. We've been together for nearly 3 years. And I liked you for a year before that. I don't think I ever wronged you. So why are you treating me like this? Just because I liked you? Finally, a flicker of panic appeared on his usually emotionless face. Back then, Ryan. Let's end this, I interrupted, honestly. I think I've pretty much moved on from you over the past month, really. But I will never forgive you not in this lifetime. That's it. Don't come looking for me again. He looked at me for a long time. Are you sure? I nodded. All right, he sighed. If that's how you feel, then let's break up. I let out a small laugh, nodded, stood up, and walked away. The next day, during my lunch break, I went to Ryan's place and picked up all my belongings. In the afternoon, I called him. Hey, I left your key on the coffee table. When are you giving me mine back? He paused for a long moment. Are you really sure, Alina? If you don't want to break up, we don't have to. I was starting to get impatient. Can you stop dodging my question about the keys? I've made up my mind. Don't worry, I'll never contact you again. And for the record, I was the one who dumped you. Just to be clear. Alina, I'm sorry, he said. Saying sorry 1,000 times wouldn't change the fact that he was a jerk. Just throw the key away, I'm changing the locks. After I hung up, I deleted all his contacts, including his friends. A few days later, I received some good news. My transfer request had been approved. Mom, I don't want to eat this. I stared at the cabbage and tofu soup on the table, lost. In thought, I'd been back home for almost 2 months, and my parents had been feeding me so much I gained 6 pounds, so they decided it was time for me to lose some weight. Eat it, Mom said. I even added a bit of meat. Dad, I really don't want to eat. Knock, knock, knock. Who is it? I got up to answer the door. When I opened it, I froze. Ryan had lost a lot of weight and looked much more worn out when he saw me. His expression softened, and he gave an awkward smile. Alina, I frowned. Who is it? My dad asked. My dad came over. Hello, sir. I'm Elena's friend. Came to see both of you. My dad looked at me meaningfully, then invited him in. I bought some gifts for you. I raised an eyebrow, blocking his way and turning to my dad. "Dad, he's here about work. I'll go out and talk to him. I'll be back soon." With that, I changed my shoes, grabbed the gifts, and planned to leave. He tried to stop me. "Leave the gifts." I pushed him away. "No, that would mean we'd have to give a return gift. It's troublesome." I shoved the gifts back into his hands and took him downstairs. "So, what do you want?" "Here to give me a wedding invitation." Tired as he stared at me. "Why didn't you tell me when you came back?" "I had to ask a lot of people just to find out." I shot him a sideways glance at his words. "No need. What do you want?" He put down the gifts and grabbed my hand. "Alina, I missed you." I shook him off. "You must be joking." He shook his head with a sad smile, his voice full of sorrow. "I'm not. I can't forget you. No matter what, I just can't forget." I looked up at him, giving him a once-over. "Can't forget? What is there to forget?" I was genuinely devoted to you back then, and it took me less than 2 months to almost forget everything now. I've moved on completely. I let out a sarcastic laugh. "As for whatever feelings you had for me, I bet they wouldn't even last a week." His eyes began to redden. "Alina, I didn't see things clearly before. You have every right to be mad, but it's okay. Take my time to win you back. I'll wait for you to change your mind." "You're sick, aren't you? What's going on? Did Lara dump you again?" He shook his head. "Ryan, we were together for almost 3 years. I asked you at least 3 times to meet my parents, and what did you do? You always had some excuse to avoid it, and now you want to come. I'm sorry. I don't. Accept it. Get lost." Leaving him there alone, I went back upstairs. "I gave you a chance, and you were the one who didn't cherish it, Ryan. So just leave. I don't need anyone, and I can still live well better even." Seeing Ryan again was about a week later. That day, I saw him standing in front of the company holding a bouquet of bright roses. He was by his car, looking at me with a hopeful smile. When he saw me, he hurried over, handing me the flowers and taking my bag. The colleagues around us looked on with curious, gossiping expressions. I sighed and had no choice but to go along with him. Didn't I make myself clear enough last week? He smiled, crystal clear. "But I also said I'd wait for you." I frowned at him. "Ryan, what are you doing now? Is this some kind of performance?" "No, I just want to win you back." I was speechless. He rummaged through my bag, pulled out a small box, and pressed it into my hand. It was the custom ring I ordered. "Look, do you like it?" I squinted at him. "What's this supposed to mean?" "Nothing. Just wanted to give you a ring." "Giving me a ring after we broke up isn't exactly appropriate, is it? Then let's get back together." I laughed in frustration. "You're really something, aren't you? How can you say that so casually? You were the one who pushed me away, weren't you? So why is it that breaking up is your decision, but getting back together is also up to you?" He looked up, a bleakness in his gaze. "I'm sorry, Alina. Back then, my head was a mess. I really was a jerk, but I realized very quickly that it's you I love." I let out a mocking laugh. "Love me?" "No, you just still have some feelings. For me? No, it's not like that. It's not." He grabbed me desperately. "Elena, maybe you don't understand. Lara and I grew up together. I always thought I'd never love anyone else like I loved her. But then you came along, and you shattered that belief. After we broke up, nothing felt right. Even when Lara came back, it didn't change anything." He seemed to give in a bit. "That's when I realized the one I've always loved is you. So I came back to find you." "So what? Do I have to take responsibility for your immature mistakes?" He shook his head. "No, I made the mistake. And I'll take responsibility. I just want to win you back. Alina, please give me a chance, okay? Sorry, but I don't feel anything for you anymore. Not even hate. So stop doing these meaningless things." After saying that, I got out of the car, found a trash can, and threw away the roses. Then I took a cab home. Maybe I really did get to him, because for the next half-month he didn't bother me, other than changing his number to message and call. Me, I hadn't seen him. "I've arranged a blind date for you," my mom said. I sighed. Mom, I'm not desperate to get married, you know? Oh, come on. Just go check it out. Oh, there's no harm in it. Unable to resist my mom's persistence, I went. The guy was very polite. And although I didn't feel anything special, at least it wasn't awkward. I had a nice time today. I hope you did too, I said, smiling as I unbuckled my seatbelt. He handed me my bag. Would you like to see a movie tomorrow? I didn't have anything planned, so I nodded. All right then, I'll be off. Good night. Good night. I watched him drive away and was about to head home. After a few steps, I was suddenly grabbed from behind. Before I could react, someone picked me up. Looking closely, I realized it was Ryan. My temper flared, and I struggled frantically. You crazy? Put me down? No matter how much I cursed or hit him, he held me tightly, shoving me into the back seat of his car, and climbed in himself. You're fucking, I tried to protest, but he pressed his lips to mine like he wanted to swallow me whole. One hand gripped the back of my neck, while the other held me down so tightly I couldn't move. Seizing my chance, I bit down hard on his lip. The taste of blood flooded my mouth instantly. He pulled back for a second, then leaned in again. He kissed me until I felt like I was suffocating, and only then did he loosen his grip slightly. Who was that? Asked. None of your damn business, I shot back. Didn't I tell you to wait for me? You're delusional. Why should I wait for you? Angrily, I shoved him away. He panted heavily, reached for his bag in the front seat, and started rummaging through it. Here's my household registration ID, property deed, bank cards. I was stunned. What are you doing? I asked. He grabbed my face, our noses almost touching. I'm going to see your parents. We're getting married. My eyes widened. Are you out of your mind? Yeah, I went crazy when I saw you getting out of his car, he admitted. He hugged me tightly. I know I was wrong. Please don't leave me, Alina. I really know. Messed up. Please, don't leave me. His voice trembled, and I felt the sting in my nose. I closed my eyes, trying to stay calm. Ryan, you were the one who left me first. I really was wrong. I can wait however long it takes for you to forgive me, but you can't leave me. Weren't we good together before? His hands held my face a little tighter. Didn't you want to get married? Okay. I swear I won't do anything stupid again in this lifetime. I swear I'll only love you. I laughed bitterly. No, Ryan, I can't be with you anymore. This is a hurdle I just can't get over. After a long silence, he looked up, his eyes shining with unshed tears. Am I really that unforgivable? I nodded calmly. To me. Yes, I said. He held my face, staring into my eyes for a long time. It wasn't until my neck started to ache that he finally let go. Alina, no matter how hard I try. We can't go back, can we? No, I replied. He sank down, burying his head into my neck, and I immediately felt the wetness spreading across my skin. He was crying quietly, no sound. Just you deserve better. I let out a small laugh. Thanks. Same to you. After I hung up, Fiona immediately came over. Who was that? She asked. A friend. Seeing that I didn't want to go into details, she didn't press further. Oh, well, let's go. Let's see Urhay Lake. I looked at the breathtaking view and suddenly recalled a song lyric. The sky drifts by with 5 words. It's all just nothing. Fiona nudged me, handing me a camera. How is it? Beautiful, right? From now on, let's be happy. Let go of what needs to be let go of. Break away from what needs breaking away. I lifted the camera and snapped a picture of the soft pink and purple evening sky. I'll consider this my way of letting go for this year, breaking this connection. Leaving those feelings behind, leaving that person. Fiona pulled me into a side hug. Exactly, while we're young, we should see mountains, see rivers, witness all the wonders of the world, and enjoy the magnificent landscapes of our country. Why should we let some lousy guys make us sad or precious? Youth belongs to us alone. No one else has the right to waste it. I burst out laughing. Right, we look beautiful on our own.